to invite our second guest of honor and speaker, Mr. Naveen Kottige, who also is a wonderful entrepreneur. That's what I've been told, Mr. Kottige. And I also know that you also wear another very incredibly impressive hat of the secretary of the Karnataka BJP cell. So again, on behalf of everybody here, we welcome you and we are absolutely keen to hear you. Naveen ji, please.
Very good evening and namaste to all of you who are in this book launched by our Honorable Minister, Shri Sudhakar ji. Firstly, I would like to congratulate both Mr. Arunlal ji and Deepak Gadge ji for coming out with this wonderful, innovative thinking of putting the new age entrepreneurs and also people who have been in business for more than 3-4 decades. Let me start by saying, I think it's written in the preface of the book, the very Indian mindset is nothing actually driven towards becoming an entrepreneur. If you have like 100 options put forward in a piece of paper to the parents, the one option they are going to tick out of all the 100, they're going to reject 99 and tick only one option, that is a job, salaried job. And if it's a government job, nothing more than that. If it's a bank job, insurance job, something which gives them salary, which secures their life. Maybe it's the kind of background they come from. Indians, basically, if you go back historically and also genetically, have never been aggressive, never wanted to go out of that comfort zone. From the dates back into 11th century to 12th century, it's all about outsiders coming to India to do business. But Indians, though they had a very good business background, they tried to, confine themselves to a very limited activity. And also, if you look at it, there was this very strong culture that was built, which consists of all this Varna system, where the segregation of who is supposed to do teaching, who is supposed to do business, who is supposed to be a warrior, who is supposed to be a farmer. And then as things started moving further, as things started opening up, as economy started moving further, there are a lot of people who came into the mainstream of getting into business and entrepreneurship. But still there is this slightest of hesitancy of people not ready to accept failures. There is a very difficult thing in India is to accept a failure. People can't accept anything going wrong in whatever they start or whatever they want to do. If something goes wrong, they retract. Let me give you my own example. I come from a business family background. Though I had a family business, when I was in the age of 15, I started my own venture. And I could not actually get a license in my own name because I was not 18. So I had to take a trade license in my mother's name. And then the biggest opposition came from my father, because he didn't want me to go and do something else other than what we already had. He said, if you want to do something, come and do it in our business, don't go. And as a 10th standard kid who had just passed 9th grade and gotten into 10th grade, I started some trading activity and things like that in my mother's name. My father was putting restriction, saying that you are not supposed to sign, you're not supposed to sign a bank account. He has to come into business, which is our own business. He cannot do any other outside business. But then that did not stop me. I also met with failures, but in the way of going up to that place, whatever I did for the first 2-3 years, I met a lot of new and interesting people who are much, much older to me, who had experience in what they were doing. And that is where I started picking up quite a few things which I didn't really know at that point of time. And that is where I think in India, there's a that the book like Dub Dakka makes a difference. The hand holding, the success stories, how each entrepreneur goes through the journey, how each entrepreneur faces challenges, and how they come through it and they still become successful is something today you won't get anywhere. The people have to do it on their own, fail, again stand up, start doing something. So they have to keep reinventing the whole thing which is already available. But if you compare this to a Western world or a much more advanced economy, there's already a set pattern for people to actually adopt and do things which will help them. If you take the law, if you take the policies that is adopted by the European countries or the Japan or the US or these countries, the whole business is actually in a very set pattern. But whereas in India, the very fear factor is there from the day one because there's no hand holding. In fact, that is the one reason if people like Sri Arun Lalji and Deepak Gadgeji have put so many people to the forefront, if they have bought this many entrepreneurs, if I think just by reading this book, I'm sure hundreds and thousands of more entrepreneurs will get the energy to come out and do a business on their own, and they want to be successful in what they do. And going by taking a clue out of this book, I would say India needs strong emphasis on internships, which starts at a very young age. Not when they become graduate, when they become postgraduate, that time they start thinking of what they should be doing. Internships of how the practical businesses happen, how the practical entrepreneurships happen, has to start from the age of 13, 15, 16. By the time they are into the college, they already know basics of how an entrepreneurship, how an entrepreneur works. And also handholding, industry handholding is the most important thing, because today the failure and the success, there's a razor thin margin in it. If anything, any small mistake happens, the whole thing is going to go upside down. It doesn't give that. Business is so dynamic today. Anything, even the smallest of mistake, they have to restart from scratch. So that is the kind of business dynamics that we see today in the global market. So with hand holding and internship, and a country like ours, which has got 1.3 billion population, it has got abundant opportunity for every business. All they need is A, passion, B, dedication, C, street smart common sense. If the entrepreneurs can adopt these three in that, while they start off a business, they need to be perseverant about trying to build a business properly and have a street smart common sense of how things needs to be done, what are they dealing with, and how then can be built the business. I think they are going to reach the glory. They're going to reach the peak of the pinnacle. I'm very glad this book is going to do wonders in coming years. And these 12 entrepreneurs, 14 entrepreneurs whose stories have been put together. Maybe if 10 years back or 15 years back, these books were available to me, probably I would have done things, much better way, taken a lot of clue out of these kind of books. But believe me, I started an e-commerce business way back in 2001 with the drugstore.com kind of a concept to selling drugs online. But unfortunately, the policy never allowed that time to sell drugs online. But we had to stop it. So there's quite a bit of maturity that has come in right now in what we are talking about 2000, when the e-commerce started, to what we are today. Everything happens over e-commerce. And I'm really glad and I'm very thankful that I've been participant, as a chief guest. I've been invited, one of the chief guests for this book launch. And going forward, I wish loads of luck, and these companies, these businesses, these enterprises should grow even more bigger and even more better. And my sincere request to all these entrepreneurs, please handhold youngsters. They need your support. They need your guidance. These are not things that is available in the college. These are the things that's available only in the market. These are the things that can be taught by people to people. It cannot be taught by, classrooms. So please do that. And Arun Lalji and Deepak Gadgeji, you also please, with the same effort, I think you should come out with the series 2 of this Dul Dub Dakka. India, I think, needs Dhaka the most. Dool and do, they are ready to take it, but Dhaka is the where they play, they fail actually. Most of the people really need the Dhaka. So if our government and our policymakers can really give the Dhaka, the community, the society can give the Dhaka to them. When people fail, they stand by them, they mentally calm them down and keep them happy so that you can again retry it. You're not going to fail. I think a lot of more entrepreneurs are going to be successful and do a lot good to the country in overall. Plus, as go vocal for local is the mantra for what the government is saying now. I think if we can adopt that go vocal for local, the local production is also going to go up. And India, in a very short span of time, is going to be number one in the world in so many other aspects, in beating countries like China and US and all the Western European countries. Thank you so much, and thanks for having me. And I want to especially thank Dr. Shalini Nalwad, who happens to be my very good friend, and she is also a person who inspires me to do a lot of risk taking, because her job is to fly sickest patients. So I am inspired, and I'm glad that her company story is also here in this book. Congratulations to both Rahul and Dr. Shalini, and congratulations to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kotige. Words of wisdom coming from a politician, from an entrepreneur. Definitely, I think goes back to the school times, that the mindset has to be developed at an early stage. And we should not really preach about securing comfort, because there's no growth if you look about comfort. With that,